Well, good evening from Kleinshire. Happy Labor Day. Naturally, here on the farm, we're laboring on Labor Day. More seriously, I am out here in the kale field. I have a purchase order tomorrow for 20 cases of green kale and 10 cases of lacinato kale. Today was Rosemary's birthday and we had a family gathering, and I'm behind. I'm working. I've got 11 cases down. The sun is still there, but it's starting to go down. I'm not sure I'm going to finish with the 20 cases of green kale, which was my goal for tonight. But I'm at least going to get a good start because tomorrow looks busy too, and the delivery place closes at 8 o'clock. So I want to get as much done today as I can. That said, I know my videos have been farther and fewer behind, and I did want to take you out here in the produce field, you could say at the maturity of the season, and you can see just how different it looks from when we were excited and putting plants in the ground. It's been a few months now. Things are mature, the weeds have come up, the weeds have been battled, the weeds have been let go. The plants have matured and we've been harvesting. Take a look at where we are now. Well, I'm bunching green kale here. The idea is to get 7, 8 leaves in a bunch, 24 bunches in the case. The plants are beautiful, but it is a process. I think it takes me 10 or 12 minutes to fill a case, and 20 cases multiplied by, and walking back and forth too. It takes a while to get this done. It is a process. Well, there's 11, which is, you could say, better than 10. Still quite a bit to do tonight. But let me take a break and show you what this field looks like with everything in full bloom, so to speak. Look at those sunflowers for starters. Isn't that amazing? They stretch the whole length of the field both ways, and I have another row of them planted a little later on the other side. They aren't for sale. I'll harvest them, I'll fight the birds, and we will use some of them ourselves, and we will put the rest in the goat feed. It's a great source of selenium for the goats to munch on in the winter months. Well, don't those harvested kale plants look just like palm trees? I could imagine that I'm on a beach somewhere. A lot of kale here. And there are several rows left to harvest. This green kale is really easy to grow, and I think naturally as more and more kale comes online as the season progresses and we get sort of to the height of it, which is right now, the price goes down. Everybody wants to grow green kale. The stuff that I'm turning in tomorrow, I'm only going to get $11 a case. Each case has 24 bunches with 6 to 12 leaves in them, depending on the size of the leaves. About 20 pounds of kale, and I will get $11. Yeah, I mean, does it make sense financially? 10 to 12 minutes to pack it, $2.80 for the box. The price of the seed, the fact that I hoed this and cultivated it twice, the cost of the clover. It's not just weeds you see in the rows. If you look closely, this is clover too. Look at that, beautiful. Builds nitrogen, but it costs money too, right? Add all that up and I don't know, at $11 a case, I'm probably making minimum wage. Plus I have to deliver it, with the price of diesel being what it is right now. But it's not always $11, and I mean, it was as high as $15 earlier. It'll go up again, and you know, you just have to keep turning it in, because the plants that you see here, they're at their maturity and the leaves just get too big, and if you don't harvest them, they just go to waste and they stop growing. So you just have to keep harvesting, and you take the low prices and the high prices, and it sort of averages out in the end. Plus, there's this stuff. Look at this. Oh, it's so beautiful. Well, this is lacinato kale. It's another variety of kale. The bugs absolutely love it, which means that fewer people grow it. And therefore the price stays high. I'll be turning in 10 cases of lacinato kale tomorrow, and the price started at $14.50, which was pretty much the target for the year. It is currently the highest I've ever seen it. It's $20.20 for the same sized case that I will be getting $11 for with green kale filling it instead of the lacinato kale. So, you know, these things average out. And the fact is, if we are a cooperative, you know, you have to grow everything. You have to grow the stuff which isn't worth as much, but you need to have in your portfolio if a grocery store is going to buy from your cooperative. And then you get to grow some of the premium stuff too. And, you know, lacinato kale takes longer to pack because the bugs like it. You have to spray it, and therefore there are some costs attached to it, both in time and in the purchase of sprays and things like that. So $20.20 a case, you know, it's not quite as financially lucrative as it sounds, even when compared to the $11 a case for green kale. Walk the periphery of the field with me and I'll show you what else is done and what else we have. Cyprian and I grew zucchini and summer squash, and all you see is weeds right now, but look a little more closely in the weeds here. There's a monster. Pig feed. We finished our zucchini and summer squash season about 2 weeks ago, and this field's been let go. Every day or two I'll come out here with a wheelbarrow and fill it piled high with the overgrown zucchini and summer squash and throw them to the pigs. It's a good supplement to the grain and to the corn that we're growing. And it was really part of the plans. That area, and also this area that you see here, which was garlic, now it's overgrown. I'm gonna brush hog this, and we're gonna put our turkeys out here. And they're going to refertilize this field without even the use of the manure spreader. And they will eat all those squash bugs in the zucchini and summer squash, and leave my field hopefully pretty bug free for next year when we grow winter squash again. We're walking the periphery of the field here. You can see all of this green kale's been harvested. Look at these. Got my Brussels. Oh, look at that. Little Brussels starting to form. Brussels will be the last crop that we harvest, and you know, we'll be at that even in November. You can see that they're coming along very nicely. It'll be a while before we turn them in. There's my other row of sunflowers, planted a little later. They're just starting to form flowers. And over here on the other side of the sunflowers, between that and the corn that the boys grew for the pigs, we have more lacinato kale. And some green kale too. So we are in the midst of our season. In a sense, it's on the downslope in the home garden. Rosemary's finishing up her tomatoes, and we have finished beans and the onions are drying. The garlic is all drying on the garlic racks and being cleaned. I'm sure we'll make another video about that. By the way, if you want to order garlic, kleinshire.com. We're definitely selling that direct to consumer. But out here in the field, we're still working too. And you can see these cole crops, these brassicas are really enjoying the dry weather that we're having after the regular, but not too heavy of rainfalls. It really is a beautiful season. I'd better get back to work though. Happy Labor Day. Subscribe, follow along. We're having fun here on the farm.